This week on The Snack, loneliness influencers, Hunter Biden's tweets, and more Knicks news.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Do you guys like my hair?
I got excited because we recorded so much yesterday and I was like, your hair. And I forgot we have an episode today.
Guys, I don't know if you can tell that your girl got extensions. 6 little pieces.
I didn't know you could do that.
A total of 6 K-tips up in this bitch, and I hate them.
Do you?
I don't know how you have a head full of them. They just bother me. And I'm new to this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to brush your hair differently. You have to wash your hair differently. I condition my whole head. I can't condition them, you said. Like blow drying them. I feel them pulling. I feel like if Shashank has me like under his arm, I'm like, oh, hair. You know, like I am getting used to them. My hairdresser obviously did an amazing job placing them. It has nothing to do with her. I just don't know if I'm an extension girly.
They're not the greatest joy of my life.
Do you? I mean, how many you have in? Like, if you were to guess,
I don't know, 50?
okay,
A lot.
Give me a number because I got exactly 6, and I was like, "What's a whole head?"
100? I mean, people get a ton.
I can't even imagine.
Have you
it.
like you watch like Mormon Wives? None of those girls have hair. Like it's hundreds
I can't even
of pieces.
imagine it. So we just went dark. My hairdresser's name is Haley. She's incredible, and I was like, I'm just so sick of this like blah. Brown, I mean, whatever. I love my natural color, but I was like, it just is a contrast with the blonde highlights growing out, and I want just something different. And so she did like a perfect brunette.
I love it. I think it's so chic.
I mean, we were talking about it. You feel kind of batty when you go darker or shorter.
It's just it's a decision. It's like I made a style decision.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not just gonna like willy-nilly through life.
I mean, this is pretty
And
close to my natural color.
You went darker for summer. You really started a trend.
Right. It's bold. But no, I mean, this is closer to my natural color, but I always like lighter highlights, and I love blonde hair and light hair. But I think when you like are like, I'm going dark or I'm going short, it's baddie energy. It's not so baddie energy to have long blonde hair, and that's beautiful.
Long blonde hair is beautiful.
Of course it is. That's a beauty standard, but it's when you stray from it.
This is a choice. I think it looks so good. I think it looks so chic. It just
Thanks.
it looks like a real style choice. It looks very chic.
Looks like a choice.
That's a choice.
So I don't know. We'll see how I fare with these, but it's just I keep touching them. I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, you get used to them. I've had them for like 2 years, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's not my dream.
But how do you even wash your hair? Like, aren't you just because you want to like? I want to do like this.
I do that. The like scrunch and I do that with shampoo. I get like really in there with the
Yeah, it
shampoo.
was
Sometimes I
just-
double wash.
I double wash too. It's my first time. Like last time was the first time I washed my hair and conditioned it and blow dried it. And I just, blow dry and I had to kind of take the top. It just was a mess.
It's the first couple times I blew my hair dry.
pain
It's
in
like
the ass.
panicked. Like
Yeah.
it's not my dream.
Yeah.
And I am hoping that like now I can just start taking more Nutrafol, which is a sponsor, and just like get my hair healthier and eventually just take them out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just want to be able to run my fingers through my hair. But listen,
Right.
beauty is pain. I knew this wouldn't be for you. There's
Well,
no way.
The first
thought
time I
this would be
got
for
like
you.
nail extensions, which these are my natural nails now, I was like, oh my God, I hate these. And then 3 days in, I was like, okay, I can live with these. I can take my contacts out. I can type. But I don't know. We'll see. Some people just, you see people who you're like, okay, or even they complain about their hair being thin, people with plenty of money. And you're like, well, then why you just don't get extensions? And it's like, this is why. It's just not for everybody. And I understand it now because I'd be like, why not? Like you have the money, you have the time, also the time. It's a time suck.
So my appointments to get this out, get my hair colored, cut, get them put back in, get these trimmed, it was 5 hours. And like, I love my hair curl, but I was like white knuckling it. Like, can we speed this up?
The removal is part of the length.
Removal's like 2 hours.
That's the thing. Removal, like that was the thing with the nail extensions. And again, I don't need them now. But even when I get my gel off, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to get the new thing.
Yep.
I think the removal of anything is the worst part. Like
It's probably
if you
the
could
longest.
just waltz in there every day and get freshies, or every session and get fresh ones.
Taking them out takes longer than putting them in.
Oh my God.
Because like sometimes
No.
they grow out a little bit and then the hair above it gets a little bit like matted and they got to comb that out and you have to like melt each bond and like pull them out nicely because you don't want to lose all your hair.
The hair above it. She said, my hairdresser said she had a client that she did for her honeymoon and then she went on like some safari or something and like didn't really care for them, and she had to come back and like brush. She was that it was like to get them unmatted.
So they'll like become like little dreadlocks if you don't brush them and take care
The
of
top, you
them.
mean?
The top, like the part between the bond and the top of your head, if it grows out too long,
You have to
but you won't do that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
okay.
brush them. Like she said to me, just brush your hair twice a day.
Okay.
Like a normal person. And she was like, you can't imagine what I've seen.
right.
But like when you have 50 to 100 to 200 of them, that shit gets tangled up. You got to brush your hair every day. Anyways, congrats. It looks fantastic.
Okay, we're just going to thank our partners and we will get into it.
Thank you to Bioptimizers. Sleep great and get 15% off at bioptimizers.com/GGE with code GGE. And Quince, get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order at quince.com/GGE. And ZBiotics, get 15% off at zbiotics.com/GGE with code GGE.
And thank you to Every Year After. Watch Every Year After now, streaming only on Prime as of yesterday. So you guys check that out. And IM8, get a free welcome kit, 5 travel sachets, and 10% off your order at im8health.com/GGE and use code GGE. And Helix, go to helixsleep.com/GGE for 20% off site-wide. So we are going to kick it off with a sports report. As we record, the Knicks lost game 3 last night, but as this airs, we will have had game 4 last night. So who's to say what could happen?
Okay, I have a question for you. It's a genuine question. I don't know the answer to this.
Okay.
The mania surrounding the NBA Finals this year, like it's my whole feed. It's every celebrity is there. I mean, it is every meme, every tweet. It is an avalanche. But sometimes I'm like, is it that level because this is who I follow and this is what my feed is like? Or is this like the most mania we have ever seen around a sporting
it's 'cause
event?
of the Knicks, and they
ever?
haven't won the finals since the 70s.
But like, so this is more mania than
Yeah.
has ever really existed around a sporting event.
Yeah, but it is also like celebs team. Like the Knicks are Timothy Chalamet and Kylie and Jay-Z. You know, last night, Jay-Z, Larry David,
Right.
Spike Lee, all these people. Like there's no other team. I guess the Lakers where it's like the celeb mania surrounding it, all these celeb fans. I think that like elevates a team too. You think of like the celebs that are Eagles fans, you know, I think that like matters. And then also who you follow. So we follow so many New Yorkers.
Yeah.
So I think that plays into it too. I do think it's more hype than any year in recent memory because it's the Knicks and it's been so long.
But like also the Super Bowl. Like I feel like I have not seen this type of mania around anything in any sporting event in my memory at all.
We need joy, and that's what it is. We need joy, and I feel like this all is about 2025 and 2026. Everything feels like it's on steroids, things that bring people joy. Halloween decorations, sports, Super Bowl. Like these things. What was the thing recently? There's something else.
I feel like I'm trying to like get a sneeze out. Like I need just say the sentence to me. Like you're validating that like this has never happened with any a Super Bowl, nothing, really.
It's because it's the Knicks and it's
the
been so
Knicks.
long.
Okay.
But it's been so long.
And it's like New York and it's every celeb.
Of course, there's stories and there's stories about the 3 major players on the Knicks and the Spurs be having this young team. And the contrast between the teams, I think, is a human interest story of the Knicks kind of being these grown-ups and then this young team with nothing to lose. And but yeah, it is. I think it's because it's been so long. And I think that's the main part of it. Because if I'm thinking if it was the Celtics, you know, if you were someone who lives in Boston, everybody you follow is Boston, it's Celtics mania. You know, when we went a couple years ago and the Celtics were in the playoffs and then they won, like it was a lot in my feed and like a lot around my home with Shashank. And it just, that felt like really big to me. And like I went to a game and I was like, this is everything that matters. And you probably didn't feel like that at all. But yeah,
no, but I'm curious, does everybody feel like this? This is everybody's feed every day right now. Like,
yeah, and I think it's just so many people in New York are in the media and in your feed and they care about the Knicks. Like so many comedians, like all these people you follow care about the Knicks. Like I wouldn't even think that about the Lakers.
And you couldn't do this with football because the Super Bowl's one game. I don't think that like baseball's not high energy. Hockey, I think it's just people don't care about it as much. Like it's like this is like a perfect storm of everything. It's just been fun. Like we have 7 games to look forward to, maybe just 5 now, but like this has been fun to follow.
Yeah, it was fun. I was sad they lost. Obviously they lost because Trump was there.
Of course.
It was just crazy. Like Trump went and just ruined everyone's time. He fell asleep. It cost millions of taxpayer dollars for him to fucking go. They were saying like 2 hours security to get in, plan for this. Like he just inconvenienced everyone. Tradition to have a watch party outside of MSG that was canceled. Then Mamdani came in like the white knight he is and moved it to Bryant Park. And there were so many ways he just, of course, just terrorized these people. And I was reading stats about how strict the perimeter was around the arena and the business impact of all the local bars and restaurants that lost so much money. Like that's their Super Bowl. A bar and a restaurant that's close to MSG, that's all the people are coming in and spending money. Like they're ready to like make their money. And people, they said that they reported losing up to 60% of their expected business because of the tight security. It's just, there's so many things that were so enraging that he ruined.
Well, the sleeping is like the worst part of it for me. And the thing that makes me the saddest is that New Yorkers have looked forward to this for 50 years. And like we've moved this watch party that people look forward to, and you're going to go to sleep.
It's, I mean, I guess he sleeps at his own press briefings. The sleeping didn't bother me at all because of course he fell asleep. If you would ask me, is Trump going to fall asleep? I would put money on it. It's just that he inconvenienced and impacted these businesses. And it's just like, for what?
You to go take a nap. It bothers me.
Yeah, but he falls asleep. He's barely alive. You know, like I think you spent millions of taxpayer dollars to go do this thing that sitting presidents aren't really supposed to do because of the impact. Mm-hmm. And so it just really, really bothered me. But I mean, New Yorkers just booed him like in the stadium, out the stadium. He rolled up in the motorcade, yeah, and like middle fingers everywhere, and so you just love to see it. And I saw a couple really funny tweets that I wanted to share. So I love this rallying cry recently that went viral that my mayor Muslim, my bagel Jewish, my Christian Dior, Nixon 4. And the one I saw last night on Threads, I believe, was my mayor's Muslim, my bagel Jewish, president's barely alive, Nixon 5.
I like the redo. The Christian Dior line threw me.
My Christian's Dior. Like my mayor's Muslim, my bagel's Jewish, my Christian. The Christian Dior is a song, like Christian Dior, Pop Smoke.
Okay, now I understand it better. I didn't love that line. I like the revamped version.
Oh, I love that line. Like I love that we were like doing these religions. It's like so perfect.
Actually, I did not catch that the third line was religion. I thought it was fashion. Related.
Well, it's also a play on Christian Dior.
That's what I thought. But like it's like the play. We're a fashion city. I missed that the third line was religion, and like the Knicks are religion.
It's brilliant. Whether he meant that or not, it's brilliant. I love it so much. So I love this, though. President's barely alive, Nixon 5. And my other favorite one was, her handle is Bull City Anna. If they wanted Trump to leave, they should have just had a woman ask him a question.
I saw this morning.
I just love that the threads and the tweets are, I'm always just like, these people really are so hilarious. So, you know, he's not I guess he was maybe going to go to game 4. And he has scheduling conflicts now. Oh, the other thing I saw over and over was he can go to the Knicks game, but not his son's wedding.
That's crazy.
This man is like too busy to go to my son's wedding, but catch me at the Knicks, just ruining everyone's
But his
time.
excuse was like, people are going to come after me for not like being present with like the war and things like that. And that's why I can't go to this wedding. But
you're going to go to a basketball game.
You go to a basketball game?
Yeah.
And shut down this city. People are pretty upset about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, the thing that bothered me the most is, you know, really inconveniencing people. Like, you have to get here 2 hours in advance now. No bags at all. Jordan Woods couldn't bring her bag. And then the businesses losing all that money, and then the watch party. Like, it's this iconic thing for all these thousands of people to gather outside of MSG that really makes people feel really together and part of the community. And yes, of course it was moved, but it's like, for this guy,
I know.
If you cared about anyone's well-being, you wouldn't go for all of these reasons.
I feel this doesn't happen, right?
No, he's the first sitting president to attend an NBA Finals game. Barack Obama would attend some games, but first sitting president to attend an NBA Finals game. You're not supposed to do this.
Yeah, it's
for so many reasons, and how much money it costs.
I'm with you. All right. Well, speaking of tweets, I think this is so funny.
Okay.
Like, so Elmo tweeted out a couple days ago, Elmo hopes both teams have fun, and New Yorkers did not appreciate that. And this isn't time for sportsmanship, Elmo. Like, people flooded the comments. They were so mad. You're a New Yorker, Elmo. Don't forget that. I mean, that's crazy.
Elmo is a New Yorker. He's from the streets, quite literally. He's from Sesame Street. I guess he doesn't live on the street. Oscar the Grouch lives in the street. But like, how dare you?
Sesame Street is a New York street.
I know. I'm just saying. I thought he lived on the streets. That's Oscar the Grouch.
That's the Grouch. Yeah. No, it's an easy thing to get confused.
I bet Oscar the Grouch wouldn't do this.
So then Elmo had to print a retraction. He said, next that last message, Elmo didn't mean to spur you on. Like,
Not the puns.
And people were like, nah, it's too late, Elmo. We raising the rent on Sesame Block.
No, people are upset.
I get it. It's just, I love when like unexpected people start beefs, and it is so funny. You never think it was Elmo. The comments, there was like hundreds of comments on the first one. There were thousands of comments on the retraction of people being like,
Oh, you're not forgiven.
Elmo.
New Yorkers never forget a slight. That's so funny. Like, these parents are like, gotta find a new show to watch. Like, traumatizing your kids over the Knicks.
Sesame Street gets canceled.
Okay, and the last thing I wanted to say about the Knicks, these ticket prices, I've never seen anything like this in my life. They are starting at $10K for game 4. I looked for game 3. I just checked the Game Time app. We love Game Time. They've been a partner of ours. Like, I saw some in like 3,000.
You did.
For game 3, because I think people probably also thought the Knicks might win game 4.
Right.
But like starting at 10K, then the nosebleeds all the way up to 100K or more. This is crazy.
Okay, so I saw some friends of ours at that game, and I was like, you got that kind of money? I didn't know.
Right, because you don't really have like a hookup, you know?
I mean, this is just not one of those things where you can like get a hookup. I mean, kind of like for the Super Bowl, like you and I can like try to see if somebody can try to help us get tickets, but like it's not like that.
It's really so crazy. I mean, they're probably even more than 10 at this point, but I was just shocked to see these. And I went to game 1 again 2 years ago for the Celtics, and I paid a lot, but like nothing compared to this. Like I went back and looked because I bought them on Game Time, and I was like, what were these? And they were, you know, I'm not gonna say, but they were like, this is wild.
It's a mania unlike I've ever seen in any sporting event in my lifetime that I can ever remember.
Yeah. And it's funny because Puberty, one of the biggest Instagram accounts that exists, like posted Timothy Chalamet. Like they said he was like crashing out. He was just like super hyper, like screaming. It's not for me. A man that does that, it's just not that type of.
That's why she's not there.
That type of energy.
That's why she's not going.
Yeah, she needs to rein him in.
He just really cares a lot. This is
but I don't like
to him.
That's fine if you. When I see guys like acting like that about sports, it's like, it's a nick to me, and that's okay. It's not a nick to a lot of women, and that's fine. That's for me personally. And so I commented under it, men are so emotional. And it has thousands of likes now, and so many men are under the comments, and they're being pretty nice to me. But this one guy was like, hey lady, I had a lot of money on that game, show some respect. And it made me realize like, oh, men are acting like this because they're trying to pay their mortgage.
But they're about to lose their mortgage.
And when you watch men act, not Timothy Chalamet, but when you watch men sometimes go fucking bananas at sports, you have to remember that like they got money on the game.
I mean, Timothy Chalamet, he's paying $140,000 for courtside seats. Like, he's like, Kylie's gonna be mad if I lose all that money. He only has one source of income, it's acting. He's not like a mogul.
I think he's doing okay. I don't know his net worth, but it's probably not as much as his girlfriend. So,
well, isn't she a billionaire?
Yeah, no, that's true. He's just like emasculated by Kylie.
Kylie's like, you can't afford this. For them to also lose, I'm going to be in the Bahamas on my little trip, and you go your little basketball game.
Yeah, her brand trip. Okay, well, one more just piece of sports news, and I just want to talk about this because I was there. Is the U.S. Women's Open. This was this past, and it was 4 days long, but I went on Sunday with our friend Hallie Ledbetter, and her husband, and Shashank went too. She's a good friend of ours. She's a golf professional. She doesn't play pro golf anymore. She did for a little bit. And she invited us, and this is my first golf tournament. And I guess it was a big deal because that golf club in the Palisades, the Riviera Country Club, is the first time they've had the Women's U.S. Open there. It's the first time like they've had a women's golf tournament like that played. So that was kind of historic for women to play there. And Nelly Korda is who won. She wins her first ever U.S. Women's Open with a record-breaking payout. And we watched the final moment. It was awesome. Like, I got really into it towards the end when it came down to like a 4-way tie, basically. And then we went and sat on the last hole to watch everyone finish. And like to know that if she like got that putt, she was going to win the whole thing. It was really exciting to watch.
I have a question.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never been to a golf tournament.
Yeah.
As they play, The whole crowd, like thousands of people sometimes have to walk the whole course to the next
You would have
thing.
hated it. We were like, Raina would die if she was here. So you can choose your own adventure. Like,
Okay.
you see who you want to follow. You could follow a player all day and you would have to walk back and forth.
So you are walking the whole course
We-
with them.
We walked to see certain people tee off. We had tickets to this little private club. We ate. Like, but yeah, people are moving around.
All day. Okay.
Yeah, to see who they want to see. But yeah, you could follow a player all day. You could be like their caddy basically and just going around. But then everyone kind of congregates at the end to watch the big finish and like get a spot on this hill.
Okay.
But yeah,
That sounds manageable.
It's a lot of no, not for you. It was. I don't think you would like it.
Well, I mean, I looked at those photos and I was just like, that looks hot.
It wasn't hot at all. I was actually a little chilly, and it was sunny, and it was really, really nice. But golf is just. It's not my type of sport because I'm like loud and enthusiastic and like I like high energy. Like I like an NBA Finals game. That's my dream game. A close NBA Finals game is my dream sporting event. And like obviously the Eagles playing football, but you know you have to be kind of quiet and you kind of gotta like whisper, a little bit, like you know.
Oh right.
And then you can clap and yell out when after they make the shot. But it was still really fun. I'm glad I got to experience that.
It's really interesting. I've just like never really thought about the semantics of like what you do all day.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking around. And like you might see something happen and be like, okay, we got to go to the next.
If I could take breaks to eat and drink, I could do it.
Katsuya was there on site. We had a
could
little
do this.
spicy tuna roll.
Please.
Yeah, it was nice. So I just wanted to say that. Congrats to Nelly Korda. And we love to see, you know, a woman make history in any way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just take a quick break and then we will get back into it.
Okay, so I discovered a company called Bioptimizers a few years ago after I'd had surgery, and I was really struggling to sleep, and I was just like stressed and up at like 4 a.m. with my heart racing. And so my doctor recommended them to me, and Magnesium Breakthrough by Bioptimizers, it just like became part of my nightly routine. So I sleep better, I'm calmer, I wake up without that exhausted kind of like groggy, wrung out feel. And it's really important. Sleep is extremely important to me. Waking up every morning and feeling like I can get right into my routine, I can start working and have my cup of coffee, I feel awake and alert. It's like very important to me for the rest of my day. And Bioptimizers Magnesium Breakthrough is PhD formulated. It's backed by 20 plus years of research with over 15,000 lab tests. So a lot of research went into this. And it's not just one type of magnesium, it's an all-in-one magnesium complex. So it's 7 forms working together to support sleep, stress, energy, and recovery. So lots of great stuff in there. And obviously sleep is just the most important thing for me in my life. So if you're ready to finally sleep great and feel like yourself again, head to bioptimizers.com/GGE and use our exclusive code GGE to get 15% off any order. You'll get great discounts, free gifts, and the peace of mind of never running out. And Bioptimizers backs it with a 365-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, a full year, 0 risk, because at the end of the day, Bioptimizer's mission is to empower everyone to live a stronger, longer, better life. And this is one of the best tools I've found to actually do that. Again, that's 15% off at bioptimizers.com when you use our code GGE. Make this the year you finally get your sleep, your energy, and yourself back.
Okay, guys, and Every Year After is out now, based on the best-selling novel by Carly Fortune. This is a new Prime original series, and you can watch it now. So as this airs, it was yesterday, June 10th. It is streaming on Prime. So this is about 2 characters named Sam and Percy. It follows them across 6 summers as they take a second chance at love that never really let go. I am just like running the table when I read this book. It was a few summers ago. How much I loved it. I can still like picture some of my favorite scenes. It is this slow burn, friends to lovers romance, that yearning that we love, and it will absolutely wreck you in a good way. This is going to be your next obsession. So it's just got that perfect summer show vibe. Lakeside summer, a summer crush, a friendship that turned into something more, the feeling of going back to a place that holds memories. If you have any sort of thing that it was like you had that childhood like vacation home, lakeside home, or you would go somewhere and you know the town. I always think about this going back to like Rehoboth and Dewey, like the town that you'll always remember that doesn't change, and I just love it. It's wonderful. It's nostalgic, emotional. It's deeply romantic. You guys are absolutely going to love it, and you can watch it on Prime. So watch Every Year After, now streaming only on Prime.
Okay, Z-Biotics, you guys. Summer is upon us. We are going out more. We are drinking more. We need to find ways to feel better more. So Z-Biotics is a pre-alcohol probiotic drink. It is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. So here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly and you'll feel your best tomorrow. I've just been going out more. I've been drinking more. And obviously every year as I get older, it gets harder to rebound. And so this is the thing that I just drink. It's little in these cute little vials. The taste is nice. You just knock one back and you feel better in the morning. So between weddings, the US Open, and the first real lake weekend of the year, June barely leaves the Saturday open. Don't let a rough morning after cost you Sunday. Drink pre-alcohol to stay ahead of it and make the most of every weekend of this month. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/GGE and use the code GGE at checkout for 15% off.
Okay, so we saw a headline that caught our eye. We just wanted to talk about it a little bit. This was in the Cut, of course. It says, the loneliness influencers inside the luxurious tedium of I have no friends TikTok.
So I got served one of these one day and it like took me by surprise. It's like one of the more popular ones. It's this girl. She's like tall, thin, beautiful. She lives in New York and she's like walks in her beautiful apartment and she makes herself this like big meal. And she's like, this is my Saturday night and I have no friends. And it like caught me off guard. I've never really heard somebody like influenced by saying with their whole chest, I don't have friends.
There's a lot of it.
And I mean, there's a ton of it. I mean, I'm an LA loneliness influencer. I'm like, hi, it's me.
Oh my God.
I have no friends.
But yeah, like POV, you're a single woman with no kids and no friends tonight. You know, here's what you're doing. You come home and like cook dinner and have it by yourself. And they're enjoying it. I think there's a spectrum. I mean, I've seen certainly like people who are just, I'm genuinely an introvert. This is how I like to spend my time. And then there's some people who have trauma and that's the darker side of it too. But we're kind of talking about from the lighter side. And some of these people have hundreds of thousands of followers.
Well, I don't want to say that they glamorize being alone, but I think like a lot of people are alone. A lot of people are in situations where they are lonely. They don't have a partner. They don't have a ton of friends. They live in a city for whatever reason. They don't have a lot of community around them. And like, it does make it look like, okay, you can have like a night to yourself. You can come home and clean your lovely apartment and make yourself a nice meal and watch TV. I mean, it makes it look lovely.
Yeah, but I have those nights and so do you. And I'm not like, I have no friends.
These people have no friends.
I mean, if you want to live like that, that's fine. But if you want friends, but you're spending all your time creating content, I would spend a little less time creating content, more time getting out there trying to meet people.
I just think everybody needs heroes.
I mean, I think this makes people feel seen, but is it aspirational? Like, I don't know. You know, like, I think that you manifest what you put out into the world. Like, if you are somebody who's like, I want friends, I want connection. I think we all need human connection. We're wired for human connection, not to have a million friends, but to have these relationships in our life. I mean, not to get too deep with it, but if you're making a living creating content on how lonely and friendless I am, I don't really think you're helping yourself find those friends. And I thought it was really funny to think that these people might be exaggerating or not telling the full truth. And that was in the article too. Like it begs the question, like, is this true? Or are these people just trying to like monetize this? I think it's funny if you are acting like this, like you're faking it and you have to tell your friends, like, don't say we're friends. And like your friends come out and they're like, I'm her friend. She's not lonely. She has friends. Like you get outed by your friends.
Like people, they have to tell their friends, like, don't comment on this.
Right. Like someone's like, we just had like a girl dinner last night. She's a fraud. I think it's like very funny to think about that.
I don't know. I go back and forth about it because I just think that like there's a lot of people in this world that are lonely and don't have community, whether you want it or not. I think you still want to see like representation that like other people can have a nice life and be void, I guess, of community. But I think we say it over and over, like when people are like, you know, I want friends, I want a partner, you have to leave the house to do that. And I think that we've over glamorized staying in the bed, not going out, not having plans in society. And that will drive societies further apart. I think we all thrive from human connection. And even at my lowest moments when I don't want to be around people, I know that the thing that will fix that is being around people.
Yeah, we can kind of joke about it. I mean, loneliness influencer made me laugh, just the term itself. But I can't really get on board with glamorizing having no friends. Like, I can get on board with having a moment in your life where things have happened and you find yourself here. That's fine. You know what I mean? And again, I think people really need to feel seen, but we need human connection and friendships and relationships. And some people need more than others. And some people are naturally introverted. So I'm all about a night in with yourself and enjoying your own company and glamorizing that. But I have no one in my life I think if people are putting this out there, it should be like, and it's not necessarily what I want, but I'm dealing with it instead of aspire to be me.
That's interesting because you think that like the piece that it's missing is them saying like, I'm doing my best with what I got right here.
I don't know. I think people just, take it with a grain of salt. I saw this woman eating Thanksgiving dinner and she was like, I think she had moved to a new city. I don't have any friends or family. She said, I don't have any friends or family, which just really like cuts deep. I just really felt for her. And like so many people were in the comments where she was in Florida, I think. And they were like, what part of Florida? I'll come over, come eat with me next year.
She's like, no, you're ruining the loneliness influencing.
No, it felt really genuine and really like she was sad and she got on there because she wanted to have some interaction. And
okay, so that's different than loneliness influencing.
Yeah, like loneliness influencing is crazy to me. That's all I'm saying. And that woman, it's like, I hope she found some people who also were like, I'm in the same boat. And I hope that the loneliness influencers are also finding friends by doing this.
I don't think that's the point.
Not the life you should want to live.
I think that's not the point. I think it's like really sweet when someone's like, I don't have anybody. And then people flood their comments like, come here. And loneliness influencers like, bup, 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 bup. That's not the point.
That's not the brand. I'm not allowed to have friends for this brand deal.
I mean, it's kind of like trad wifing, though. It's like you are, by nature of being a trad wife on the internet and making content, you are a fraud because you are making a bunch of money.
Right. No, seriously, because if you become the most famous loneliness influencer, millions of followers, everyone knows who you are.
Fraud.
People are going to be looking for you on the streets with friends.
Yes.
Trying to find you out.
Yes, sending you drinks at the bar, trying to date you, and you're like, you're going to ruin my whole thing. So like by the nature of putting this on the internet, you are sort of like undermining what you've set out to do, which is to be alone.
We took this too deep, but if you guys want more, read this article in the cut. Again, we both saw the same post and we're like, we got to talk about this. Who came up with that name? Really? Okay, so we just want to do a quick TV report on what's going on.
So we're recording this before the Summer House finale, but I mean, it has just kind of been like week 1 and week 2, a lot of the same. And so we're going to just give our thoughts, I guess, and feelings, and hopefully nothing crazy happens in number 3. But, I think week over week, it's sort of been the same thing. West is not really going to speak up. Amanda's not really going to defend herself. The thing that I find the most interesting about this whole reunion is if Amanda had just walked out there and said to Kyle, you verbally abused me and humiliated me on national television for a decade, and I tolerated it, and you repaid me by cheating on me all the time, and I'll fuck whoever I want. I'll fuck your dad if I want. She would have shut this down. Like, she would have gotten some people on her side. And it's interesting. I wonder why she won't stick up for herself a little bit more. And I know that's not her nature. I know that that's what they've always said about her on this show. And then if she also just said like, I'm sorry, Sierra, that you're collateral damage of how selfish this has made me and how entitled this has made me. This reunion would have been 20 minutes instead of 12 hours.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're coming at it from how you would act. Sure. And it's like, she's so outside of the way any of us would act. Amanda is, I've said before, like she is blinded by being a pick-me. Like she is not reasoning the way you would. I don't know if she sat down with a publicist and were like, here's some tips. Here's how to maybe get some sympathy and get some people back on your side. I mean, to your point, if she said anything like, I'll fuck who I want, people were like, you're a shitty friend. Like,
I just mean the notion of that.
Yeah,
like, just stick up for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, she's not acting how any stable, self-aware person would. And so you can't put yourself in her shoes. I don't know what she's doing, but we do find it really interesting the way people are rewriting history about their marriage. And no one is really calling Kyle out for the way he was all these years. And I said to you that it would be Sierra. She's the one that would do it. She's the one that's always done it. That's why she was such a good friend to Amanda. And of course, she's not going to do it now, nor should she. But it's like, who would do it? We were saying we're surprised Andy doesn't push back a little bit more. But Kyle has been made into this hero white knight. And again, people can change and he could be a great husband the next time around, but he wasn't. And people are really trying to misremember the way that this went down. But it's like, who's supposed to say something? And it's like, it should have obviously be Amanda, but she just looks so beaten down and she's not going to do it. And then West isn't really going to do it. West tried a little. I don't say this in defense of him, but he tried a
He
little to
tried.
be like, Kyle, you said you called her a fucking bitch when I was there, this and that. And so it is interesting that way that he has really been made out to be this hero, but because of what she did. I mean, again, she just lit her life on fire in the craziest way. I'll never understand.
I'm fascinated by it. Two wrongs don't make a right. I think what they both did was wrong, but like there is really something to be said by her coming out and at least trying to reason with the audience. What I have been through for all these years is really hard, and it changes the way your brain works.
Yes.
It changes your decision making. And yeah, of course I went towards the first other man that gave me attention at the sacrifice of my good friends. This is who I've become. And that's not an excuse, but that is just the reality of things. And everybody crowding around Kyle, like we forget. By the way, I'm the first person to say I do think that we don't know what went on behind closed doors. I think 100%. She antagonized him a lot all the time.
And people can change and all the things.
Sure, all the things. But everybody is just the way they're rallying around him. And by the way, like Wes is not his best friend. It's a good friend of his and a coworker, and I'm sure it still hurts and it's terrible. But she didn't have an affair and she didn't cheat on him. He cheated on her, but she didn't like have an affair with his best friend. Neither of those things happened.
Yeah, it's interesting. Everything just got swept under the rug. So, I mean, that's the thing I don't love about it. But yeah, you and I could sit here all day and write incredible things for Amanda to say. We could really PR her ass, and I'm sure other people have tried, but she's making decisions that none of us would ever make. Like, we cannot be inside her head.
And whatever, I agree. And whatever happens, like tonight, I think that like, unfortunately, like her punishment is this is the life she has to live now. And she has sacrificed everything for this person who was clearly dating other women while he was dating her and sleeping with other women. And her punishment will be that she gave up all these brand deals and all this fan love. And I don't know if she'll be invited back for Summer House or not, but like she gave up everything for this. And it's an interesting choice to not be sitting there next to that person saying with your whole chest, we're in love. This is rock solid.
Well, that's
because it's not the truth.
If anything, I mean, I don't know. I think she is like, my life is ruined on my own accord. And like, maybe she thinks like Sierra is responsible for that in a misguided way. Because we don't understand why she's not apologizing to Sierra. And maybe we will have seen that. So I don't want to speak too much about it. But like, I was watching Your Friends and Neighbors, and Olivia Munn's character apologized to Amanda Pete's character. And she did it so beautifully. And she's like, I think about this every day. This is like taken over my life. Like the language she was using in this apology, again, this is a fictional show. I was like, that's what Amanda should be doing.
Sure, but you could chat GPT this and be like, this is better.
It was perfect. Like I was like, this is I was watching this apology and I was like, what is this? What memories or like, what is this bringing up for me? I'm like, how Amanda should be acting at the reunion.
I mean, 2 seconds into the first act, she's screaming at Sierra, fuck off. I mean, it's shocking. Yeah. So, I mean, this will be over tonight. Maybe we'll learn something new, but I do just think it's going to be a lot more of the same. And, life will go on and the city will continue, I guess, and we'll recast Summer House. And like, she's going to have to be with West, and who knows how long that's going to last. But that's a bleak existence as well.
Yeah. So Love Island is back. And I just wanted to say one thing, because we went to a premiere party for season 8, and people were watching it, but it was also a party. So we're like sitting with some people and talking, but it was on all the TVs. So I was seeing it, and I don't watch the show, and it has nothing to do with not respecting it. And I think it looks great. People are obsessed with it. I'm not being a pick me about it. It's just something that I never really made the time for, and I want to, but I'm watching it on these screens and I'm like, there is so much making out in terms of volume and intensity.
Well, this is what the UK people are saying as well. Like, I don't see this that often.
Well, so I just was like, is this the show? Like, I just figured this was normal. And as it turns out, not really. So I saw everyone saying that this was more making out than they'd ever seen.
I mean, the door is open and they're just supposed to start making out. No, and have you seen this cast? I would be too.
I know.
I would be like, thank God this is our first assignment. I know I had to do that dumb little music video, but this is the payback.
The music video was wild. I think I feel like I drank a whole drink and ate a couple slices of pizza, and the music video was still going.
I think it's 5 minutes.
I think I had a full meal.
I think it's 5 minutes long.
Like, we moved locations. We were inside, then we went outside. I was like, the music video is still on.
Multiple servers came by and gave us food, and no one eats in LA besides us.
But I just was validated, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm witness to this my first time. And that's the thought I had. And actually everybody who watches the show is echoing that as well. But the UK is less, right?
It's not even close.
What's going on? It's like spring break energy. Like
mean,
it is just like when you just walk up to somebody and make out with them. And also that jogs my memory. We wanted to mention this. So Kyle DJ'd in Dewey Beach last weekend. He DJ'd at North Beach, a bar we've been to a million fucking times again. As you guys know, this is like pretty much my hometown and we're always there. And it was like the craziest crowd I think he's ever had. He posted how wild Dewey Beach was, but this video was on Dumois. And I think he was at the Cork now at this point. He was no longer at his set. So he was probably at the Cork at Jam. And he was like kind of behind like a stanchion thing. And this fan goes up to him. And I guess she's like, Kyle, I love you, whatever. And he just like makes out with her.
It's crazy.
And I posted in the comments of Dumois, I said, this is basically a handshake in Dewey Beach. And that's really how it be. I mean, we would just always be making out. It was giving Love Island.
Everybody.
But Kyle, this 40-year-old man, he's just making out with strangers.
43, and she just walks right up and they just make out. And people are also saying that he's dating Sally Carson from Southern Charm.
But Raina, when you saw that video of Kyle Cook, weren't you like, and you definitely did that in your marriage?
Totally. 100%.
He did that like it was nothing.
I mean, I've seen Kyle get drunk. So have you. I mean, I've seen how drunk he gets. I mean, it's nothing so different than what you guys see on television. I see how blacked out this man gets. He doesn't know what he's doing.
But that was so Dewey Beach. Like, just be kissing.
I mean, remember that day I made out with like 4 guys?
It's Raina's first trip to Dewey. She made out with 4 people in a day. Like
in a day,
that was you.
It was just like a handshake. It was the Dewey Beach handshake.
That Kyle embraced our culture.
Yes.
So good for him for that. And lastly, we said we were going to talk about this and I told you guys to watch it.
Oh, the
crash. But now I feel like I've lost a little momentum, but I don't want to mislead you guys. So this show was crazy, and this teenage girl. Spoilers ahead. This was completely based on a story. She's in this documentary.
Based on a story. It's a documentary.
It's a documentary. Guys, it's based on a true story that it's a documentary. But she's in it. And I mentioned that Hulu airs this show called Mean Girl Murders. And
so this is based on a true story, a documentary in your words about Mackenzie Skrilla. And she was a teenager who got in this terrible accident with her boyfriend and a friend of theirs. And both of them ended up dying and she was behind the wheel. And very quickly, this went from this poor girl, how could this happen? She's responsible to this, to she did this on purpose.
Yeah.
And this turns into a murder investigation almost immediately. And she is now in prison for, I think, 30 years with a chance of parole after 15 years.
It was a little unclear. Yes, chance parole.
And it's really shocking. I learned so much in this because basically there's a black box in cars, which I had no idea existed. But what they did was they figured out how fast the car was going in the last seconds of the crash, and that there was no braking, and that she had continued to accelerate at 100 miles an hour and she never broke. And then you can also see that the car was put from drive into neutral. So these guys were trying to save their own lives.
And they grabbed the wheel too.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just your car's data is being recorded, of what you're doing. And it's a known technology that like her lawyer should have known they would be able to pull. You get a car accident, you can pull the data from the car. Like Shashank does this at work. When someone says something about the car, he's like, we can pull the data. We have the receipts. So yeah, so full gas, 100% like gas and 100 miles an hour she got up to, and she crashed into this building, and they had pulled the data that clearly the guys in the car were pulling the steering wheel, which was like crazy to hear. And a few things, she just lied and says she doesn't remember it at all. She shows like no remorse. They have her, which they do a prison interview, which is wild.
And there was a drug test that she was not on drugs.
Yeah,
so
like a little bit of weed, whatever. But there's so many things about this that are so wild. Like the way she pops up in the prison, it's like, what happened? Like I saw so many TikToks, like where did this accent come from? She has come with like a Latina accent.
She leaned in to prison.
She has this hairdo, and really she talks to her lawyers at one point, which she doesn't think that's going to be included. Netflix chooses to air it, of her being basically like, did I do okay? And she really is showing no remorse, and she's stuck by this narrative that she doesn't remember any of this, and she blacked out, and she had a medical condition, and her parents are enabling this the whole time. And Davion is not he's the other guy that was in the car, not her boyfriend. And so he died as well. And like he had these adoptive parents, and they were probably the most sound minds of the whole documentary. And the dad says like, basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but I would be happy with her being in jail for 15 years, but she's never going to like own up to what she did. Like she's going to live this lie forever. This is going to eat her alive. Like if she just would have been like, I don't know, we got in a fight and I don't really know what happened, and like owned up to it in any way, showed the appropriate amount of remorse and wanted to change. But instead, she's got her mom calling her every day from prison. These calls, they're all over TikTok being like, we made the news in the UK, maybe Kim Kardashian will get me out of jail. Like the way that the parents have enabled this girl her whole life and still continue to do it, even though it's pretty apparent that she's responsible for the deaths of 2 people, is wild.
I've never seen anybody walk a line like this where there doesn't seem to be any remorse, because I think she's like, remorse will show that I did this on purpose. But there doesn't seem to be an extreme fight against, like, I did not do this under any circumstances. You guys have to believe me. This was not on purpose. Like, she's just really up the middle with it, which makes you think she would yell and scream and kick and shout. I didn't do this. I had nothing to do. I you know, like, this is whatever you guys think was misinterpreted. Like, I did not do this. I mean, that's not the vibe either.
Yeah, but I did not do this. What did she do then? Like, she either has to say, I don't know and I don't remember, or she has to own up to it. Or else what's she going to say? Like, he pushed my leg on the pedal, you know, like he did this. But she just had a shitty lawyer. Like, if she, and I'm not saying that I want her to have a lesser sentence, but it's like, if she would have had Karen Reed's team, like, her lawyer was so bad that he was just like, there's no proof and you got this. You could tell, like, because why wasn't there a plea deal? Like, why did he not know they'd get the car data?
Like, my question is, like, there is also no proof that she did do it on purpose, but they're saying the car data is the proof. Like, don't you need a motive don't you need like evidence and a motive and text messages? Like,
I mean, yeah, it was interesting. They chose not to have a jury, but I'm watching this and I'm like, she got out lawyered. Like, they hired whoever this family hired, literally was like, we got this, without considering so many other things. And then they pulled her social media and all that. I mean, she just is like a mean girl, and that's the picture they tried to paint. But do you think she was like, I'm going to kill us all? Like, there's no way this girl maneuvered the car so she lived. There's no way. She crashed a car into a building at 100 miles an hour on purpose. Like,
I think this was a really unstable young woman. Yeah. I think that, like a lot of 17-year-olds, volatile relationship, a lot of jealousy and fighting. And, you know, she's living with him also at the time. She wasn't living with her parents. This is not like a parented child. And I think that there's people at that time in their life, they're just like, I'm so mad at you, I will kill both of us. Like, I can't imagine that mindset, but like, I think she's a very troubled girl that was just like, I will kill you and myself at the same time. And so what if there's someone else in the car?
It makes me like so sad and so sick, especially for Davion's family. But she's just never had any consequences. I mean, you watch a girl that her dad says he would come like pick her up at school if she got in trouble, and he was like, did you do it? And she would be like, no. And he'd be like, good, I know my kid. And you watch what happens when parents enable their kids their whole life and don't give them any consequences. And she really thought she was going to get away with this. And I just find it such a fascinating story, and you guys should check it out. And again, there's that Mean Girl Murders you can watch as well, which I think is a lot more in depth. But it's like, I wonder what this girl's dealing with in prison. Like, that lie, which is very clearly a lie to me, to the judge, of I don't remember anything that happened, is going to eat her alive. And it's like, if I was in charge of her parole, I'd be like, when you give us any bit of truth, we'll consider it.
That's all they're waiting for.
I know.
And she got out lawyered. You're right. Like, I think you could have argued the other side of it, which is just like, the car just was out of control and it was an accident. I really don't know, but like, I think she got out lawyered because there's no motive. They didn't prove any motive at all, other than she's kind of mean online and they would fight every once in a while. But like, there's no real motive to have killed him. So like, another lawyer could have been like, okay, well, that's what the car data says. Like, maybe they pushed her foot down on the gas.
And they're not here to say they didn't, which is a morbid thought. But like, a better lawyer might have thought of that. And I feel weird even saying this, but it's like, I watched this happen, and it's just like, I don't know, I'm fascinated in the legal side of it too. And I'm not saying you should be getting people out of bad things that they did, but why was there never even like a plea deal? Like, that wasn't even on the table. He was just like, we got this. No, you don't.
She just like won't. And her parents also enable her not helping herself. She's just like, I don't know, who's to say?
Okay, well, that's the crash, you guys. Let's just talk about our remaining partners, and then we will get back into it. Okay, so I am telling you guys about Helix. These are the mattresses that we have, our family members have, our friends have. We are absolutely obsessed. This is how we have the best sleep of our lives. I mean, you're moving, obviously Helix, you're never going to stray. You know, you're going to get another one and keep one here, get another one in New York. Yeah, exactly. So we can't imagine our lives without them. They have over 20 mattress models, so you can find the perfect model for you, whether you want a soft, medium, or firm mattress, if you sleep on your back or your side or your stomach or you roll around, and you can go online and take their quiz and they're going to match you with the mattress that is going to get you the best sleep of your life. So I have the Midnight Luxe. I previously had the Moonlight Luxe that is in our guest bedroom, but I love the Midnight. And this is one I just recommended to a friend. Jenny Jones was like, I don't even know what Micah's mattress is. Ashley, she was like, I finally convinced him to get a new one. And she was like, we're going to get the Midnight Luxe. I was like, yeah, it's great. It's great for sex. It's like soft enough, but it's still like good. You know, sometimes mattresses are too soft and you kind of sink into them and you can really get a great sleep and have great sex. A study that Helix ran found that 82% of those involved saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle while sleeping on a Helix mattress. So they have big and tall mattresses, mattresses for kids, mattresses if you sleep hot, which I do, and incredible pillows too. We absolutely love them. They truly are the best. They are the most awarded mattress brand, tested and reviewed by experts like Forbes and Wired, 120-night sleep trial and limited lifetime guarantee. They just want you to love it, and we know that you will. Free shipping, seamless delivery. Mattress is going to come right to your door. Free shipping in the U.S. So many reasons. If you don't have a Helix mattress, what are you waiting for? We are obsessed. So you guys can go to helixsleep.com/GGE for 20% off site-wide. That is helixsleep.com/GGE for 20% off. helixsleep.com/GGE, 20% off site-wide.
Okay, and I'm telling you guys about Quince. I mean, if you're looking to upgrade your summer wardrobe, you want to get some like great basics for summer, you're taking vacations, you want to pack some great stuff, Quince truly cannot be beat. Summer always makes me want to just kind of like, you know, revamp what I'm doing. And there's so many new trends out. I just can't keep up, you guys. So Quince has beautiful everyday pieces like 100% European linen pants, dresses, tops with styles that start at $32. Their denim is so fantastic. So they have great like everyday jeans. They have these washable silk skirts. And if you're looking for some luggage to travel with, they have great neoprene bags, leather bags. They have great actual suitcases. I'm just like such a fan. And everything in Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And they work with ethical factories to cut down the middleman and cut down the price for you. You will not believe the quality of this. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Everything I have from them has really stood the test of time. You can elevate your summer wardrobe. Go to quince.com/GGE for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/GGE for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/GGE.
Okay, and I am 8. So if you guys are dealing with any sort of low energy, digestion, focus, this is something that you can turn to. I am 8's Daily Ultimate Essentials. It is daily all-in-one wellness drink that is going to give your body the support it needs without juggling a bunch of different supplements. So I have taken this when I have been feeling just sluggish and I feel like I need to have more energy to work out, do all the things. It is really a go-to for getting the benefits of 16 different supplements in one tasty drink, co-founded by David Beckham and crafted with insight from experts at the Mayo Clinic, Cedars-Sinai, and a former NASA chief scientist. It simplifies my wellness routine and makes it easier to support my health. So 92 nutrient-rich ingredients, vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, pre, pro, and postbiotics. It's designed to help you feel good from the inside out. And I love these little packets, these sachets, if you will. I love their packaging too. It's like very beautiful, but you're just going to throw one of those in a glass of water or whatever you want and drink those. And again, you're going to feel more energy, digestion improved, less bloating, clean ingredients, vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, NSF certified, which means all the ingredients are third-party tested for purity. So you can feel confident about what you're putting in your body. It's just really a solid choice if you're focused on your health. And I discovered these a few months ago, and I really do think that they're a great option if you want to incorporate them into your routine. So you can feel your best self every day with IM8. Go to im8health.com/GGE and use code GGE for a free welcome kit, 5 free travel sachets plus 10% off your order. That's im8health.com/GGE, code GGE for a free welcome kit, 5 free travel sachets plus 10% off your order. im8health.com/GGE, code GGE. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases.
Okay, we're going to give you guys your headlines and send you off. So this was really a sleeper. I didn't see this happening. I didn't know that this was the hero that we all needed. And Hunter Biden, in viral social media posts, reclaims his narrative. So Hunter Biden is really on one on Twitter right now. And if you guys, my favorite account on Instagram that kind of like aggregates all these tweets is just Hunter Biden tweets. And he is being so funny. It's insane. So Donald Trump called him, said that he had a checkered past. And he said, wait, did he just say checkered past? I'm 28 felonies, 6 bankruptcies, and an Epstein bromance short of his checkered past.
So Hunter Biden is 7 years sober.
Okay.
And a lot of this is like him getting on to reclaim his narrative. And he's back and forth talking to people who have had problems or currently have problems with drugs and alcohol and all this stuff and talking to all of them. And he's just really on this journey of sobriety. And he posted 7 years sober today. This was on June 1st. Thank you to everyone who has walked this road with me. And someone commented, bullshit, that was your bag of Coke in the White House. And he commented back, it most definitely was not. I would have never forgotten my drugs.
It's my favorite of all of them.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he is just really on one. He has leaned into this persona. He's like, yeah, I did these things. Like, it's so funny. And I just like, it's crazy to me that like he is just like in this like antagonistic war with the president. It's just so beneath what a president should be. But yeah, this is like what people
where we're at.
This is where we're at.
And you know, he's just like, you have nothing on me. You know, like I've been completely open and transparent about my life. He writes, so let me get this straight. Jake Tapper is focused on attacking my mom. Jared and Ivanka are building a private island paradise on Albanian protected land. Don Jr. married the daughter of Epstein's banker, and a startup his fund backs just got a record $620 million Pentagon loan. Eric is taking an Israeli drone company public for $1.5 billion in the middle of a war with Iran that nobody wanted. And I know, but what about your paintings, Hunter? Please. And then someone writes, you sound bitter for someone who benefited from a stolen erection. Typo. He writes, I've never stolen an erection in my life.
I love to see someone who just, he doesn't have much to lose. What are you going to say about Hunter Biden that has not been said over and over and over again? Jesus Christ. That's like a real hero in dark times. It's just like, you can't take anything else from me. I've lost everything.
Right. And also like, I know where the bodies are buried. Like, I know this stuff.
Who do you think
like,
you're talking to?
Sober. I'm clear-headed. Come for me. Try it.
I'm the son of a president.
Old ass, barely alive ass president. Like Donald Trump is like not with it at all. Like I'd love to see the two of them on a debate stage.
Nothing will make me happy.
Talking all
like,
this shit.
He's just like in a rap battle with like an unworthy opponent. And it's so funny to watch. So
and a lot of it is people thinking this isn't him. And
I did consider that. Like, was this really not him?
I never once considered it. What else is he doing? Like, of course he's writing these. Like, I never once thought, like, everyone's like, oh, your PR team, this and that. And he's like, this is all me, bitches.
Well, why wouldn't it be him? You know? Because I was like, this is too good to be true.
That's what people are.
This feels like a comedian is doing this. Like, how could we be this lucky that this is really happening?
Clear-headed.
I mean, is he a little hot or is it just me?
I did not see that coming.
It's just the comedy. I mean, the bars he's spitting.
Right.
Is so
new crush alert. Hunter.
I mean, if you're going to
tweet at us.
You know I like a sober guy, unfortunately.
Okay, well, in our next headline of what are men up to, Tom Brady, you guys, I thought this was a Onion article. Tom Brady launches Good Nut coconut water line.
I feel like every week he gives me another reason to like him recently.
Raina, his renaissance is my favorite thing in the world. But what did these meetings look like? Good Nut. Yeah, cum water. Let's go with it. Good Nut.
I mean, it does have a cummy look to it.
Yes,
coconut water.
Cummy.
It's cummy.
Raina, Good Nut. Oh, I mean, sign me up.
I'm just surprised he takes himself so seriously.
Not anymore.
No one's ever taken themselves more seriously. But then he's like wrapped in a blanket, like, what are y'all doing on Sunday? And like, Good Nut.
He doesn't anymore, though. Like, I feel like he had to keep it dialed in, locked in for so long. And then he did the roast. And then it was just like the wheels came off. Like, I am obsessed with everything he does. Like, I want to invest in this. I want to be carrying it around. This is just like the best thing I've ever seen.
Do you think he did this because like he thought like it would make Alex Earl laugh?
I think that's over.
You know?
Totally. I think that's long gone. So The Good Nut coconut water line with GoPuff in market expected to reach $11 billion by 2030. Well, we hate wealth hoarding. We hate that.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure anything he touches will be a billion-dollar company.
Do you like coconut water?
I didn't, and then I had one a couple days ago, and I was like, I think that nut's good.
I like it ice cold. That's a good nut.
That's a good nut. I had it the other day. Sometimes I feel that it tastes just a little murky.
It has to be ice cold. Remember when I went wedding dress shopping, that was the best I've ever had. Remember they served us that ice cold coconut water at En Blanc?
And I like a little bit of the scraps from the actual coconut in it.
So there's 3 flavors: original chocolate and sparkling.
Chocolate?
Sparkling cum water.
Chocolate cum water?
Cum.
Yuck.
Anyway, keep doing what you're doing, Tom Brady.
All right. It was announced yesterday that Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater quietly split. So allegedly they've been broken up for a little bit. I mean, I'll say one thing about Ariana Grande. She likes to break up a relationship. She's not trying to stay in them.
Yeah, I mean, her whole history, she's been in the middle of a lot of relationships that have ended. It's just like there was a lot riding on them to stay together. I mean, he was married and did they have children?
I think he left his wife and very young baby for her.
And whatever, I can't remember all the timelines, but it's like I felt like they needed to really be in it. Were they married?
No, they were not married.
Right.
It was 2 years ago. I think in the summer. I think I was on my way to some European trip when I first heard of this.
They really like blew up that guy blew up his life for this.
And this is just like her MO. I mean,
yeah.
You should know who you're dealing with.
I know.
Ariana wants to end relationships. She's not trying to stay in them.
I hope they had a good run.
Yep.
I hope it was worth it, Ethan. And lastly, the LA mayor race, they finally counted all the mail-in ballots, which I think some people don't really understand how that works. You can mail your ballot in up until election day, so it takes a minute to get all of them in, whatever.
Crazy.
So Spencer Pratt is out. Karen Bass and Nithya Raman are going to advance. Of course, they are saying it was rigged and that he really did win, which, I don't like to call people stupid, but if you believe that, you're asking for it. Historically, blue state, blue city, this, and a guy that wasn't experienced. You really think this was rigged? Come on, you guys. Like, historical data would show he never stood a chance.
I mean, I would hope that this was the real outcome. I would hope that somebody who has no experience whatsoever was not voted in. It doesn't seem like so crazy.
Like, maybe if this was a deep red area, you could be like, this is a little sus.
Okay, I have a question for you. So he said that if he doesn't win, he will leave the state. Do you think has he made a statement that he's leaving?
I don't know. I saw him popping off about some stuff, and at one point he posted like a meme of like me trying to figure out how votes are counted. And it's like, that is so antagonistic. Like, you ran for this office and you don't know how the votes are counted. It takes a minute to get the votes in. And also like rigged it. You never, what do you mean rigged? Karen Bass like clearly like won this in a pretty much a landslide. Like, it was rigged for second place. I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? Like, his followers, I'm just, Jesus knows. And then Lisa Rinna's popping off. Like, no, we fucking hate him. And this wasn't rigged. I was seeing all these Lisa Rinna thread clapbacks. Because she's in LA and she's like, no one wanted this to happen. And it's like, I just can't believe that LA, this progressive place, obviously this happened. Any data would show that it was always going to happen this way. So anyway, that's what's going on there. And now it will run off with Karen Bass and Nithya Raman, and it will most likely be Karen Bass and, go off Lisa Rinna.
Okay. All right. Well, that's your snack for the week, guys.
Yeah. So girlsgottaeat.com, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess on Instagram and TikTok. Raina is Raina.Greenberg, RainaGreenberg.com for her tour tickets in the fall. You can watch full video on Spotify and YouTube, and subscribe, tell a friend, and we will see you Monday.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.